Welcome to the next episode of WaterparkRangers Let's Play Wind Waker. Last episode we met with the Doritos and we're basically just forced into sorting a bunch of mail for them. Wait, actually I chose to do that myself, so never mind. Anyway, in this episode we will be advancing the story to see if we can get Din's Pearl, the mysterious treasure that the King of Red Lions wanted. Oh, what do you know? It's right there. I guess it's as simple as just walking up and taking it, right? No. We have to give him this letter first.
A letter? From my father? Oh, sure, telling me to be brave is easy enough for him. It's not like he's the one who went through that horrible experience. It's not like he still has to go get a scale from Valoo. You're in this letter too, you know. Poking your nose in other people's business. You're nosy, aren't you? Sorry, but I really don't feel like going to see Valoo right now. I mean, how am I supposed to get a scale from him when he's so upset? What, are you trying to say that you can calm Valoo down? Psh, that's just a big fat lie. It's easy to say you can do anything. Bragging doesn't cost a thing. I'll tell you what. If you can find me someone who can get past all the obstacles on Dragon Roost to get to Valoo, then I'll listen to anything you say. Now, the first time I played this game, the problem with this conversation that I had was that it doesn't really tell you exactly what you're supposed to do next. And the key is that, you remember in the last episode when we talked to Medley, she said to meet her outside the entrance to Dragon Roost. So that's what you gotta do. And it's over here beneath the doorway with the feathers on it. I think that's what they are, or whatever those are supposed to be. And she should be down there once you jump down. So we'll go there in a second. There's some wilted bomb flowers that you might have noticed there, but they'll come into play pretty soon. First things first, you gotta talk to her. Hey, you actually came. I'm really sorry for bringing you to such a dangerous place. I had to. I wouldn't have asked if I didn't need help desperately. You see this place? There used to be a spring here, surrounded by a beautiful pond. It was peaceful and lovely. But then the great Valoo, he became so angry, and in his rage, he took the mountain and this boulder crashed down, plugging the spring. You can see the result. Oh, but where is my mind? Tell me, how is Prince Kamali? Oh, that doesn't sound right. Not at all. I may be partially to blame for the bad turn that Prince Kamali's taken. See, Prince Kamali's grandmother was the great Valoo's former attendant. She was an amazing woman. I was honored to have her as my teacher. She was kind and brave, and unsurpassed in her dealings with the great Valoo. I'm not yet worthy of being mentioned in the same breath as her. If only I had possessed some of her strength, I'm sure Prince Kamali would have felt more secure. Jack, I'm sorry to ask this, but I need your help. I want to go to the small shrine that's near the peak of Dragon Roost, but that ledge over there is so high. If I could get some wind under my wings, I'm sure I could get up there. So, will you help me? Phew, thanks so much. Okay, pick me up. Then face that ledge and toss me. The atmospheric currents are really messed up, so pay close attention to the direction of the wind. Alright, I'm ready. Don't hold back now. Throw me as hard as you can. So you actually have to pick her up like you would a pot or anything. Go to this particular ledge and face that arch, and then watch the particles in the air. When they move towards the archway, that means the wind is blowing in that direction. So then press A to throw. Now! And then she'll glide right up there. Otherwise she'll hit the wall and get dizzy and stuff. I mean, it's pretty funny, but it's also pretty annoying. Alright. Don't worry, I'll be fine. I may be just an apprentice attendant, but I can understand some of the great Valoo's language. I'm not exactly bursting with confidence, but look, if anything happens to me, please look after Prince Kamali. This is all I have to give you. I know it's not much, but please take it. You got an empty bottle! Yeah, it might seem like a pretty useless gift. The truth is, empty bottles are some of the more invaluable items to have in the game, and you actually can get 4 of them if you're looking in all the right places. Though this is the only required one. So what you gotta do with it is actually, you need the bottle to progress here. So, bottle up some water, the little bit of water that's leaking out from the spring that's blocked by that rock, and then we'll climb back up here and water a bomb flower. Now, under normal circumstances, because I guess I have OCD or something, I would try and water each one, because otherwise, they don't return to normal after you clear Dragon Roost. But to save some time, we'll just try and do this in one. So let's take it, wait for the explosion, throw it over, and hopefully, yep, blow up the boulder. I timed that one really well, too. And the water is flowing up from underneath the boulder, and it will rise up and give us passage to the other side if we swim across it. Also, I think that this little location right here has some of the more interesting graphical effects in the game. Like, if you look carefully at the water, I'm not sure if you can tell with the kind of resolution that I get off my recordings, but in the game, like, I guess an HD one would show you better. The little particles actually fall down in the water and, like, float in it, the little ashes and stuff. I think it's a really cool effect. Anyway, we have a second trial to pass here. You need to pick up the bomb flowers and throw them into those green jars that the statues are holding. That causes some kind of thing to happen where it knocks over the statue and basically lets you get passage across the lava. And I did really well there. Takes a pretty good aiming to get the bombs in there, believe it or not. And now we are officially in the first dungeon of the game, Dragon Roost Cavern. The funny thing is, each dungeon kind of opens with like a shot kind of panning around, like a view of the dungeon. But because we start off in such a small room, we just get like a picture of the room that you can already see if you're looking ahead of you. You'll see what I mean in some of the later ones, like Forbidden One's Tower of the Gods. It's a funny little incident, but I think it's relevant. Alright, anyway, we've got already a couple of Pokeblins to deal with, but you really don't need to defeat them. Just knock them over and take their lit torches and use them to light these unlit torches. And a common thing that happens in the Zelda series is when you light torches that are unlit initially, stuff appears, or happens. In this case, we got a treasure chest with a key in it. Yes, you use these small keys to get through doors in the dungeons that have these huge locks on them. After you use a key, of course, it disappears, so you gotta go find another one. Don't know why you can't use it twice. Alright, now we have a bigger, more panning view of this room, which is really quite large. It's kind of the central room of the dungeon. You'll notice that the more doors that we go through, the higher we'll ascend in this place. So you pretty much gotta just do whatever you can at the moment, given what you are supplied with. That's basically the best way to proceed in any Zelda dungeon. So jump down here, pull out the block, and then you'll have the space to be able to jump up to that second platform. Don't bother with the bats here. Those are called keys, I think. Or case, I don't know. Either way, stay away from them. They're just going to be irritating. They die in one hit, but you don't want to try and fight them when you're on a narrow space like a bridge over lava. Alright, in this next room, we figure out yet another way to get past lava besides knocking over statues or going over bridges. Throw these specifically designed pots that have little water drop symbols on them, and they form, the water goes into the magma and hardens a platform for a little while so you can step on it. It's pretty clever. And this is actually, I think, the first Zelda game to use that mechanic. I think it comes back in the others, I'm not sure. So yes, like the Forsaken Fortress, because it was a dungeon, we get the dungeon map for this place. It just, as you can see, we have 4 floors of dungeon to get through, so it can take a little while if you're doing this place for your first time. Probably took a couple of hours, 1 or 2, 1.5, I don't know. I mean, on later playthroughs, this is never really that difficult. Also, for the choo-choo, yeah, that jumps off the top there, which you might recognize from Paw Print Island. You want to, just as you're climbing up the ladder, press A to let go as soon as it jumps, and then grab onto the ladder again in order to dodge it. It might seem like a small thing, but it seems like a lot of people get hit by that on their playthroughs of the game. And that's how you dodge it. Alright, so we had this guy come at us with a new weapon. Wait, actually no, we had this back in the Forsaken Fortress, the machete. Our hero sword is not strong enough to slash through these giant wooden posts, but the machete will do the job. Unfortunately, it's pretty slow when you're using it to make up for the strength. I think it's as strong as a leader sword you actually get in the game. 3 guesses which one that is. So we've knocked that one open, and the treasure chest is ours for the taking. It has yet another small key in it. And I think there's another, like, there's a locked door or something in this room that we use it on. No, never mind. I guess we don't. Alright, a couple more choo-choos. We'll take them out with a spin attack, which can hit multiple enemies at once, as you have just seen. And we'll pick up their red shoe jelly and hearts for spoils. Alright, episode's gonna end pretty soon, so last thing you gotta do, bomb flowers on the wall, pick up a pot or rock and throw it at it to set it off, stand back, it'll clear the rock out of the way so you can go back across, and there's a locked door over there that we're gonna use our key on, and we will go in there next episode. I will see you then.